Paganism is often thought of as something ancient, something from the past that disappeared with time. But what if I told you that many of the traditions we follow today, even in Christian and secular societies, are actually rooted in ancient pagan rituals? You may be participating in them without even realizing it. Here are 10 shocking modern-day pagan rituals that we still repeat today. Christmas trees, decorating trees during winter didn't start with Christianity. The ancient Germans and Norse people worshipped trees, believing they house spirits. The Romans also decorated evergreen trees during Saturnalia, a festival honoring the god Saturn. Bringing a tree into your home and decorating it? That's straight from pagan winter solstice celebrations. Easter eggs and the Easter bunny, eggs, and rabbits have long been symbols of fertility, used in ancient spring festivals honoring goddesses like Ishtar and Eostra. These traditions were later absorbed into Easter, but their origins are purely pagan. Halloween trick-or-treating, dressing up in costumes and collecting treats goes back to the Celtic festival of Samhain. Pagans believed spirits roamed the earth on this night, and people wore disguises to avoid being recognized by wandering ghosts. Offering food to these spirits eventually turned into modern-day trick-or-treating. Wedding rings and wedding ceremonies, exchanging rings as a sign of eternal love. That comes from ancient Egypt and Rome, where rings symbolized devotion to pagan gods. Even the act of walking down the aisle and tossing rice are rooted in fertility rituals meant to please the gods. Birthday celebrations. Blowing out candles and making a wish, that comes from ancient Greece, where people lit candles on cakes as offerings to the moon goddess Artemis. The idea of celebrating birthdays originated from astrology and the belief that spirits influenced a person's fate on their birth anniversary. New Year's resolutions. The tradition of making resolutions started with the Babylonians, who made promises to their gods at the start of the new year, hoping for good fortune. The Romans later adopted this, making vows to Janus, the two-faced god of transitions. Throwing coins into fountains, ever tossed a coin into a fountain and made a wish. This originates from pagan water worship. Ancient Europeans believed water contained spirits who could grant wishes or bring prosperity. Today, millions still unknowingly perform this pagan ritual. Hand gestures for luck, crossing your fingers for good luck, knocking on wood. These gestures come from ancient superstitions. Pagans believed spirits lived in trees and that knocking on wood would summon their protection. Valentine's Day. This holiday is linked to the Roman festival Lupercalia, a fertility festival where men sacrificed animals and slapped women with their hides for good luck in conceiving. The connection to St. Valentine was added later, but the holiday's origins are undeniably pagan. Funerals and grave flowers. The act of placing flowers on graves goes back to ancient Rome and Egypt, where flowers were offerings to the spirits of the dead. Even funeral rites, such as wakes and tombstone carvings, have pagan origins. So, if so many modern traditions have pagan roots, what does that mean for Christians? Are these rituals harmless, or are they lingering traces of idol worship? If the Bible warns against adopting pagan customs, should Christians reconsider the traditions they follow? If you appreciate this kind of truth, a like goes a long way.